Craig, one of the additional pluses of your boy joining Boy Scouts, besides being involved in a program that teaches family values and extends the family values and teaches the value of scouting, they're exposed to a lot of positive things. And one of those, I think, is a publication that they get every week, every month, is Boys Life. And Boys Life comes to all the Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts, and has articles that are age-related about public service, about community service in the politics, about outings, about skills and crafts, and about advancements. And Boys Life, I think, is a big plus.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's been proven to increase literacy rates in kids, increases their reading level. Anecdotally, I'll tell you, the first book I ever read cover to cover was my wolf handbook. I joined Cub Scouts. We went down to the local scout store. We bought it. I remember I flipped through it. The next day, hopefully my mom's not watching, but I pretended to be sick and sat in my room all day and read it cover to cover. And it excited a lifelong interest in reading. And then monthly, you got Boys Life. And I tell you, we take it for granted you get something in the mail as an adult. When you're 7 or 8 years old, you look forward to when that magazine came in the mail. It was the only mail you got, and it was enjoyable, and it was fun, and it talked about things that you liked and things you wanted to do.
And every article is interesting to a scout, I think. Okay, also, as a scout leader, you get a magazine called Scouting Magazine. Talks about different program aspects, different trips you could take, or the trips you're doing around the country. So a lot of training and support. And I think one of the pluses of the Jersey Shore Council is there is adequate training for adults to learn every aspect of this program.
I think sometimes adults are afraid that they're going to bring their son in and they're going to be made a den leader or assistant scoutmaster and sort of be thrown with 20 kids in the woods and left to fend for themselves. That's not the case. We provide great training, many resources from webinars to in-person things, to things you'll do online on your own, to Scouting Magazine, which every month will give you ideas and tips. We make it as easy as possible. Not everyone has to be Joe, has to be Baden Powell and ready to go. We'll take you along for the ride. And
there aren't that many damn beards in the world.
Exactly.
I know personally, when I got involved in scouting, I was never a scout. My oldest son came home and said, I want to be a Tiger Cub. And I quickly saw the value of this program and got involved. But I was afraid that I didn't know what to do. And the training takes you every step of the way. And there's a lot of value to being a leader, not just the interaction with your son, but for your son to enjoy scouting, he has to have a good program. So the time you commit to the entire group, you're really committing to your son. So I think being a leader is very important and a valuable thing.
And without the roughly 3,000 or so volunteers we have, scouting wouldn't happen. I mean, our staff is small, and it's driven by volunteers out there every week doing what has to be done, and we're grateful to them. And again, the kids might not always say thank you, but down the road they're going to realize that they owe those volunteers a tremendous debt.
And a lot of them do say thank you years later. I see boys now that are young men that say, hey, Mr. Strybig, I remember you from scouting, and thank you. And they say thank you. Let's talk about merit badge counselors. If you're a scouter that's been away from the program because your kids grew up, or you were a scout and it's good memories, well, today you have a job, or you have a hobby, or you have an interest that could be of value to your local scout unit. So how can someone go about becoming a merit badge counselor?
There's a couple ways. If you want to get involved with your local scout unit, again, you go to beascout.org. You can find that unit, contact the leader, explain what you're looking to do, how you think you can help out. Also, you go to jerseyshore-bsa.org. You can find all our contact information. Contact our service center, and we'll try and plug you in somewhere. We constantly run into people that were scouts, or their kids were scouts and grew out of it, and they got away from it and want to come back involved into it. People always the biggest need in scouting. Frankly, it's volunteers. I mean, the kids love what we do. They want to come into the program. Our only limit is the number of volunteers we have to work with them.
Right, and it's a sad situation when a unit can't take their boys out because they don't have enough adult leadership to go out. And leaders, I think it's important to say to parents that are considering scouting now, leaders are trained, right? And leaders are background checked.
Yep, they are. They are, definitely.
And safety is number one in every aspect of scouting. Okay. So another great site to go to is meritbadge.com. So if you're wondering, gee, what merit badge can I teach? Take a look at that site. You'll see how many 175 merit badges. Something like that.
Kind of fluctuates from year to year. They try and add things as interests grow and kids have different interests. But yeah, it's in that neighborhood somewhere.
Okay, let's talk for a minute about Eagle Scout. Okay, the Trail Eagle really starts as a Tiger Cub, but less than 4% of all Scouts in the country become Eagle. So it's certainly prestigious.
Yep.
Okay. let's talk about what an Eagle Scout is.
Eagle Scout, I mean, essentially, it's the pinnacle of your scouting journey, and it's not a journey that you can get to the end of your scouting journey and have had a great and successful scout career and never be an Eagle Scout. What it really is a recognition of those scouts that have exhibited, leadership and service and a real understanding and commitment to scouting, and frankly had the drive, had the self-motivation to go do the work. You're going to get an occasional maybe kick in the butt from your scoutmaster to get moving on working towards being an Eagle Scout, but at the end of the day, if you don't want it, you're not going to get it. And it's the first time in life, I think, at a young age, where you'll learn that lesson. For me, a year or two after not becoming an Eagle Scout is when I learned that lesson and learned a lot about myself. And hopefully, if I had to do it all over again, I think I probably would have gone the extra mile and been an Eagle Scout. And actually, people, one of the fondest memories in their lives, if they're an Eagle Scout, they look back on that. Mike Bloomberg, the mayor of New York, billionaire, he'll tell you one of the most influential things ever he did was be involved in scouting and attain his Eagle Scout. And you'll find that story very common amongst a lot of successful people. Our Eagle Scouts here in this area, if you've been separated from scouting for a bit, November 24th, we have a reunion, or what we call our Gathering of Eagles.
Okay.
We welcome our new class of Eagle Scouts and welcome our older Eagle Scouts back to connect with scouting. You can find the specific details again at jerseyshore-bsa.org. But you come down on, it's November 24th, it's at the Holiday Inn in Manahawkin, and get back connected with scouting.
Okay. So if you're an Eagle, once you're an Eagle, always an Eagle. So here's a chance to come back, get your hand back in scouting, and meet some fellow Eagles. So I have 4 boys. 2 are Eagles, 2 are not. All 4 had great experiences in scouting. But I will say that the 2 that are Eagles are very proud of that, and the 2 that aren't are sorry they're not.
Yep.
And once you hit that 18 mark, the opportunity's gone.
Yep, there's no going back. You frequently are asked, can I go back and finish it? No, it's it has a limit for a reason, and in some circumstances they'll extend it. You're in the military, something like that, but you need a pretty good excuse.
Yeah. Whenever I meet someone that was in scouting, I always ask what I asked you: what rank did you advance to? And if they say Eagle, I always say, what was your Eagle service project? And they always love to talk about it. Even adults older than me love to talk about their Eagle Service Project. It's something they're proud of for a long time. And when they haven't made Eagle, and I say, what were some of your great memories you had? Everyone has great memories of scouting. So it's a great program. So what I'm going to say to all the parents out there watching who have young boys, preschool, 5, 6 is the start?
Yep, first grade or 6.
First grade and up. They can be involved in sports. They can be involved in their church. They can be involved in other community organizations. They can go over to Caddis Island and be a junior ranger. All those programs are good. But if you want a program that teaches your boys to live by a law that says a scout is trustworthy, loyal, helpful, friendly, courteous, kind, obedient, cheerful, thrifty, brave, clean, and reverent. If those 12 words don't describe your son right now, and I don't want to describe too many, get them in scouting, because that's the law they live by. There's no other program that teaches the principles that scouting teach. It prepares them to be leaders in the community. It prepares them to be leaders in their family. It prepares them to be leaders among their peers. And I think it's a program that excels above every other program offered out there. I'm not saying don't play sports. My kids played sports. But find time to balance that schedule so they could be involved in a program that will prepare them for their adult life. And certainly the scouting program does that. And it's also an opportunity for you as a parent to get involved. Yeah. Okay. Anything else, Craig, you want to mention?
I think, as you said, those 12 words, they're truly words to live by. And if you had to boil down what we do, that's what it is. We take those words, we make them come alive for a young person. And down the road, when they're faced with a decision, they're going to fall back on those values that we helped a parent instill in them. And, it's a great program. We're grateful for the volunteers we have. Find a location in your neighborhood at beascout.org. And come out to Wawa this weekend and buy some popcorn.
Buy some popcorn. Enjoy that popcorn. Okay, Craig, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And last thing I'll say is if you're an individual troop leader out there, if you're a scoutmaster, if you're a committee chair, if you're a parent, talk to your leaders now, because they can come on this program and talk about their units. We'll give recognition to Eagle candidates. They can talk about their project. And individual scout leaders can come on and talk about their unit. I spoke recently at the Cub Roundtable and the Scout Roundtable, and I was very impressed at the leadership qualities I saw there. But come on with your individual unit, be proud of what you do, and let's talk to the people of Toms River about the values of this scouting. Okay, thank you for joining us tonight, We'll be back next Tuesday at 7:45 following the bookworm.